Hello everyone, this is the Commander, and in today's video I'm going to have a look at all of the planets in Jedi Survivor and Jedi Fallen Order, talk about which one's my favorite, and also compare the sizes for each planet. So there will be some spoilers for both games in this, probably not too many, but some, and if you haven't checked out my review for Jedi Survivor, that video will be posted, so you can go check out that if you want to hear all of my thoughts on the game. So we're going to start off with there are 7 planets in Jedi Fallen Order and 6 planets in Jedi Survivor, so a total of 13. And we're going to start off, the 13th biggest planet is Braca from Jedi Fallen Order. This is where the game starts off. This is mostly a story-driven planet, and there's nothing really to explore here. You can't go back to it. There are 0 named areas on Braca. There are 0 meditation points. It's kind of just the story, and you play through it. So, Braca, definitely, it kind of feels like Coruscant in the second game. It's kind of this industrial planet. And so, yeah, that is 13th place, Braca. Then moving up in 12th place, this one is unfortunate because this was the entire plot of Jedi Survivor. We have Tanalorr. Now, it is a beautiful planet and it's a fun journey getting there, but unfortunately, there's just not that much to see on Tanalorr. There are only 4 named areas and 2 meditation points, and there's just nothing exciting to do here in Jedi Survivor. There is a chance, I think, that Tanalorr can come back for the next game in the series, or at least maybe some other piece of Star Wars literature in between the Survivor and the next game. But I do think there is more for Tanalorr to serve a purpose, and it was disappointing to see that didn't do much for Jedi Survivor. So then in Jedi Fallen Order, the final planet there is Nur Fortress Inquisitorius. I forget if you can go back to this planet after you finish the game, but it is a pretty interesting planet with the Inquisitors all there and the water. It's a pretty cool place. It's the 11th biggest planet with 4 named areas and 3 meditation points, so about the same size of Tanalorr. And so you can't really explore too much of it, but it is a pretty cool setting. And then looking back at Jedi Survivor, the 10th biggest planet between both games is Nova Garen, where the Imperial Security Bureau base is, and that is where Bode has been living. Once again, this is really just an Imperial base. There's nothing else really to it, not too much to see, only 4 named areas and 3 meditation points. Then moving back to Fallen Order, we have Ilum. There wasn't too much to explore on Ilum. It's really just the Jedi Temple, but it was a fairly interesting planet. I think it's the only true ice planet we got through all of these. And there are 5 named areas on Ilum and 4 meditation points, so a little bit bigger than Nova Garen. And then back to Survivor, 8th place, we have the Shattered Moon, where there are 6 named areas and 4 meditation points. The Shattered Moon is definitely a bit bigger than these last few, and it was an alright planet in Jedi Survivor. It wasn't anything amazing, but it was just alright. And most of the good planets, I would say, are in Jedi Fallen Order opposed to Survivor. Coruscant, like Tanalorr, is another disappointing planet regarding the execution of it. It's such a famous planet in Star Wars, and yet we only get 7 named areas and 6 meditation points. So it's not that small, but it's also not very big, and the parts you can explore of it are limited to the underworld. It's kind of like the poor area of Coruscant, and it's just nothing too interesting there to see it when you're going back and exploring through it at the end of the game. Then looking at sixth place, we have Bogano from Jedi Fallen Order. This is a good deal bigger than the other 6 or 7 planets so far. There are 16 named areas on Bogano and 7 meditation points. This was kind of the hub of Jedi Fallen Order because it's the first planet you go to after Braca, and you can revisit here, and it had that like Citadel type tower theme on it, and I think Bogano is one of my favorite planets between the two games. They're just a very pretty planet, not too big, not too small, a nice size, and I would love to have seen more planets this size in Jedi Survivor. Looking at Dathomir, Dathomir was a pretty good planet in Jedi Fallen Order with 14 named areas and 9 meditation points. There are definitely some maze-like areas of Dathomir, and it was kind of a dark and hostile planet with the Night Brothers and, well, Marin. I think she was the only Night Sister left there. So it was important to the storyline as it's where you meet Marin for the first time, but it definitely, there were some parts of it that were hard to traverse. So there's Dathomir, the fifth biggest planet. And then after Dathomir, we have Kashyyyk with 13 named areas and meditation points, and 12 meditation points. Kashyyyk, another very pretty planet, and I think they did a great job with it. Definitely one of my favorite planets between the two games. And then in third place, we have Zepho, the biggest planet from Jedi Fallen Order, with 16 named areas and 25 meditation points. This was just a very maze-like planet, more so than Dathomir. Definitely the most maze-like planet on this list without being able to fast travel. I went back into the game and tried to get 100% exploration, and I just couldn't do it because of Zepho. The map is pretty hard to read. It's not as clear and crisp as Jedi Survivor, and you can't fast travel to get back. So, yeah, Zepho, it was a pretty planet. It's a cool concept for a planet, but because there's not too many locals there, it just ends up feeling kind of dead and maze-like, in which that kind of contributes to the entire feel of the Fallen Order game. So it just kind of feels a little bit dead inside. And then going up to Jedi Survivor, second place, we have Jeddah with 28 named areas and 15 meditation points. Jeddah is a big planet, but still not the biggest planet in the game, but it is a big planet for sure. Now, I haven't played that much of Jeddah. I have finished the game, but just from what I've seen of Jeddah, it's not that interesting because it's mostly just a desert planet. So not my favorite planet for sure. And then let's head up to first place where we have Kobo with 53 named areas, 38 meditation points. Kobo's probably twice the size of Jeddah, give or take, and definitely twice the size of any planet in Jedi Fallen Order. I think it is a pretty interesting planet with some interesting terrain. You have the Lucra Hulk battleship, you have Rambler's Reach Outpost. There's so many cool points of interest across the planet, and you can get to them pretty easily because you can fast travel and use some animals that are located there. So Kobo, it's not necessarily my favorite planet in the Star Wars universe, but I think for its size, they did very well with it, not to make it feel too confusing, and it is where you will spend most of the game playing, especially after the game. So that is going to do it for my planet size rankings for Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor. And I have a few other videos about the Jedi series to upload, so please stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. This is the Commander signing out.